Hello, everyone. Welcome to our wellness gathering. I'm grateful for everyone that showed up and is putting their time and energy here today. I'm super excited to be here to be sharing this wonderful thing that I have come across and the community that it's led me to. I'm so grateful for this, and I guess a little bit about myself and how I came into this. A couple months ago, December, January, I decided to go on a journey for my health and wellness. I didn't know where to start, where to go, but I was gifted this beautiful angel, Nicole, who came into my life at the right time, right moment. I started, getting together with other people in the community, learn and to myself and the people around me. And ever since, it's just every day there's something I'm learning and growing from. So this superfood has changed my life. It's been an easy thing that's been added into the lifestyle. And like I said, I'm learning. So it's not nothing like you come into this, you have the support and you learn every single day. And that's what I am finding blessed about this opportunity to be here, a part of this community. And I've seen huge transformation in myself. And once I started to see that transformation within myself, I was like, I need to share this with as many people as I can, because what's better than leveling up yourself, but get to see the people around you leveling up even more too. So I'm just gonna pass it on to these beautiful, wise women who are super educated on all this right now. Like I said, I started my journey December, January, and Nicole has brought me to this, and she's brought me to all these lovely other beautiful souls as well. So I'm just gonna pass it on to Nicole. I'll put myself on mute, and if there's any questions ever, just pop them below into the comments down below, and we will answer it at any time. And yeah, Nicole, pass the mic to you.
Hey everybody, thanks so much, Mel. You're so sweet. I'm Nix. And yeah, the beautiful thing about this lifestyle is it meets everyone where you're at when you need it the most. It for everyone. I met Mel. We connected back in December when I was sharing about gut health, because I'm super passionate about learning about gut health and the science behind it. So I think that she caught my live, and that's how we connected. And it was a big awakening for me back in 2020, which is a big transformative year, where I was traveling across Canada and I was like thinking about, how I wanted to change my life, like go a step deeper into my healing, a step deeper into my spirituality, into the trajectory of my life for sovereignty and to live in purpose, because I felt so disoriented and unclear and just unsatisfied, unfulfilled with life at that time, even though I was like in the mountains in my motorhome and like surrounded by beauty environmentally. But from within, I wasn't feeling purposeful, and I didn't know how I was going to make a difference, a positive impact on the planet, which I really, really wanted to do. So that's when it came into my life, Purium and the community. And I met Alice, a beautiful angel, and we connected. And that's when it just really opened up my mind and my heart, where I was like, wow, this is something that really aligns with my beliefs, like protecting the earth, protecting Mother Earth, other beings we share this planet with, all the insects and the trees and everything that I was so passionate already about doing. And so I wanted to start a family as well. And I was like, how am I going to bring children into the world like this? I need to be, first, I have to be the change I wish to see before I start a family. And before I, can really start living it, I want to embody it. So I started on the journey of 30 days of adding in ancient plants and high vibrational nourishment into my temple. And that's when everything awakened. So I really, truly believe that it's not the outer world that changes and then you change. It's the inner world that you change. You make that conscious decision first for yourself. And then when you start cleaning up the temple, the outer world shifts. Because now, almost 2 years later, when I look out at the earth, it's different. I have a different perspective on life, on people, on the planet, because I've cleaned out my temple from toxins. So I think differently, I love differently, I perceive differently, I even speak differently. Like I'm a completely different woman now than I was in 2020 because of the inner work that I've decided to take for myself. And so now that I've cleaned out my temple, I feel more alive than I ever have. I turned 31 this past January, and I feel more alive and awake than I ever have my whole life. Like I was asleep almost for decades because I was drinking alcohol and I was eating processed foods and McDonald's and just all these foods that were just had such no vibration whatsoever. And the food itself that we're talking about here, the superfoods, it has a vibration, it has a life force. You can feel it. My hair is sticking up right now. When you can feel it, when you consume it, because it comes from really, really clean soil. It also comes from a very loving intention behind the integrity of the company, the person that formulates and design this whole lifestyle, because the loving intention that feeds it and fuels it. So for me, it was like, it just started with healing my gut. But then it's like became this whole other bigger picture where it's like, whoa, I get to help everyone that's around me, my followers, my friends, my family, get to meet a new people. And also when I'm ready to start a family, I get to introduce them into the world. So I'm being the change now. And I get to bring in the new generations to come for this new earth paradigm, because we need to be the change we want to see and make a positive impact. So it's become a heart-centered entrepreneurship for me. It doesn't feel like work. I wake up in the crack of dawn and I'm so excited. Like, whose life am I going to impact positively today? Who am I going to help with their wellness, with their financial sovereignty, with community, or just even putting a smile on somebody's face, like a really, really small difference here and there. So that's where I'm just like embodying the energy now. And it's just become this beautiful lifestyle. Everyone deserves to live like this. I'm just a normal human being. Everyone deserves to have this lifestyle, have this in their life for them and their families. So that's why I'm so passionate about sharing this, and I've tapped into divine purpose. And I believe that everyone should have in their human experience to make a difference here on this planet. We have life is so precious. We have around 100 years, give or take, to make an impact. So why not bring everyone together in this community and really help the soil and the organisms in the soil and everything like that. So I don't want to take too much time because there's other women that I would love to, hear their journey. And I'll pass it on to Allison. She's another amazing goddess that I also met initially back in 2020 with her and Alice, and her story's transformational. Actually really was inspiring for me to hear Allison and Jared's story because of them raising their children in this lifestyle. I was like, wow, people need to hear this as well. So I'll pass it on. Thanks everyone for, being here and together and in harmony. Pass it on to Allison.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you, everyone. This has been, my awakening. I would say really my health became a real priority when I learned that I was pregnant, because it no longer was just about me. I had to heal from things so I don't pass them down to my kids. And one of the things I struggled with was mental health. It was a really big part of my life. And I identified as someone who had mental health issues because I had been told that since such a young age. I was diagnosed with learning disabilities and put on medications really young. And also having a mother struggling with mental health and a grandmother and a great grandmother. I saw it in my maternal lineage, so much mental health suffering. And so, I would say, I went down the whole medical way just because I wanted to be functional. I just needed at the end of the day to be a good mom, but really I was just going through the motions. Once I was on those medications, it took me out of who I was. I felt like a robot, and I just knew that I wasn't tapped into my purpose. I did try to go to I studied things, like I went to study social work. I went to study psychology because I wanted to help people, but school always got in the way, and bureaucracy and, you know, red tape. Like you can't really help people when in those fields, there's a lot of blockage. There's a lot of, you know, things in the way. And I really wanted to help people. But first I realized I had to help myself. So I did this ULT when, after having 2 kids, my youngest was 1.5 years. My older one was 4.5. And I had been breastfeeding consistently for 5 years. And I didn't realize how depleted I was. And I was on medications at the time that I started this. I just believed I needed to be on medications to function. So I was, you know, allowing myself to be on these medications, even knowing there were side effects, just because I needed to be functional. But when I got this gut repair, no one could have told me what the transformation was going to be. I had heard it from Taz, who's the person who introduced it to me. I saw it, like, I mean, I saw her transformation, but I didn't know that I would have that, or I didn't know what, you know, I didn't think I was dealing with gut health issues. I thought I was dealing with genetic issues, and I thought I was dealing with like PTSD, circumstantial issues. So I really didn't know that it was going to have its effect on me. The first thing actually that I noticed was my eczema went away. So that was crazy, because I struggled with eczema as well, and I didn't think that was gut related. I thought that was topical, or, you know, I thought the solution was from some kind of cream or something. I didn't know how internal it was. So when that happened, when my eczema went away, that was huge, huge breakthrough to know that, you know, this was gut related. And then my mental health was my mind just started to get so much better every day. Like every single day I felt myself, so like it was just getting clearer, and I was getting more in control over my thoughts, and the same things that used to trigger me or spiral me into downward, you know, compulsive thought patterns stopped happening. Like I was able to think about things that used to trigger me, and they didn't trigger me anymore. So like Nicole said, the world doesn't change around you, but the way you see the world changes. And then my husband had a huge transformation. He saw mine and he did it himself, and I watched his. And my husband was someone who was like total junk food guy, comfort food, never would have done a cleanse like this, but you know, it was so easy. So he started to do it naturally. I didn't have to like force him or anything. You can't force anyone to do this. He just wanted it from seeing my results. And I saw him transform. He got rid of his asthma and his allergies. He's actually about to do a big call tomorrow on just allergies and asthma, because it's so pervasive. And so he completely got rid of that. And then we started to see my daughter had eczema. So I started to give Biomedic to my daughter, and her eczema completely went away within days. Like it's not something that takes time. You actually start to see results within days. It was like immediate, like it went away and it has never come back. She had it really bad all over her feet. It was very painful. And so seeing that it just made it like a no-brainer that I needed to share this with everyone. It was so like how Nicole said, it tapped into that purpose. Definitely, absolutely. I felt so purposeful that I needed to help people as I was healing myself. And it's been 4 years almost that we've been on this as a family. My kids, you know, have become so much more conscious of food. They actually get excited about making their shakes. It's so easy. Even kids can do it. They talk about it with their friends. And I love watching them get raised in this community, because I'm no longer alone anymore. We have community to help support us as new moms and as family members and as humans. Like we all need support and community. And it's just been blessing on top of blessing. And now, you know, this is our 100%, this is what we live to do. And it's afforded us the ability to be able to also live life on our terms. Exactly. And I mean, exactly, like freedom is real. And, you know, we can all access way more freedom than we even believe possible when we have a business model like this that allows us to share this. So yeah, I was able to leave Canada and, you know, now living in California and homeschooling our kids and building this beautiful community. So I'm so grateful to be here. I have to introduce Kimberly Sanders, because Kimberly was one of my big inspirations when I came into this, and I watched her thriving and saw her beautiful long hair and glowing skin, and said, I have to have whatever she's having. So please unmute yourself, Kimberly, and share.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. Just so exciting to hear these amazing, amazing stories. And, you know, anything is possible when we get to have the right nutrition in us and when the gut microbiome is thriving. And, you know, I started this journey pretty much the day before I was born, even because I was allergic to my mother's milk. I was allergic to sugar, wheat, dairy, all of it. I couldn't eat anything. Basically, like my whole childhood on top of like adulthood as well. And I love that Melanie is 24 and she is waking up to this knowingness of taking care of herself, because that's right about when I was like, okay, no more partying like this anymore. You really got to get your stuff together and really start taking care of your body. And I really started going on that journey, and I was vegan, like basically I was allergic to dairy and stuff. So I was like vegan anyhow. So since I was 9 years old, I stopped eating animals, and I just was like, I don't want to do that anymore. And so I didn't realize, like, it's just so cool to realize that like I've made it now till 44 and I feel like I'm 24, but not in as much suffering, because it's just like, oh my God, bless 24, but just do everything that you can to stop and enjoy it, because your skin's amazing, all of it. But then like the journey of life gives you the moments of self-love and appreciation and all of it. So, you know, I was looking for the cleanest food on the planet for a really long time. And before Purium, I did superfood smoothies every day at work. I did hair for 28 years, and I was always looking for something that could like feed me while I was working 10-hour days nonstop and never being able to take care of myself. And then of course there was a Mexican restaurant right around the corner that was really good. So I had my smoothies all the time. And then you go eat chips and guacamole. That's genetically modified corn. Not a good idea, right? Like it's just, it's like you're doing your best, but then all of it. And, you know, plant-based people a lot of times are eating really unfortunate food, and it has a ton of poison in it, has a ton of glyphosate, which is Roundup. And so that is what this opportunity offers us, is to be able to remove the glyphosate, remove the Roundup, start being able to add the cleanest food on the planet. And, you know, listening, I was just sharing with the girls prior to us starting this, is even the guru from India, Satguru, is coming to the States to ride a motorcycle around to try to help everybody wake up that we only have, you know, 60 more harvests with the soil practices that we have. So our company might be the only company it is like, where are we getting our food? And so a lot of times people say, oh, I don't eat powders, like I like real food. And it's like, well, your real food, even if it's organic, is being grown in non-real soil. So I like to eat food that's grown in real soil, remineralized soil, watered with volcanic ash water. And the moment that you can truly understand our food addictions, our self-loathing, and all of these things, when that shifts and you start realizing that you can be sovereign of your body and take full responsibility of all of your eating and all of your drinking and all of the soothing methods, because the bottom line is there's no judgment. I've done everything under the sun. But my biggest thing is now is like, what is the outcome of the soothing methods that you're utilizing as a human? And so we just keep up leveling. We're up leveling ice baths, essential oils, superfoods, vibration machines, yoga, like the list goes on and on and on. And the outcome will offer the best feeling ever on top of, you know, supporting. And so that is to be able to have been invited to this community and this company, a company that has been working with our farmers now in land that we are remineralizing the soil, like I said, volcanic ash spring water, watering it, and then allowing the food to grow until it actually needs to be harvested, and then live dehydrating it at only 67 degrees, and then going and being in quarantine for like 2 weeks before we have a microbiologist in our facilities start testing and doing at least like pathogen tests and light tests, and just making sure that our already the cleanest food and the most mineralized food on the planet is then being tested. So that was what led me to this. And it's been a good going on 5 years now of eating this food. And there's nothing like it on the planet. And once you can tune into that and really dedicate your self-care systems to this, it's just the most incredible thing that we could ever offer ourselves. And then the next step is inviting people to join you. And it might be the greatest story ever told in everyone's lives, because this doesn't only offer the cleanest food in the world, it offers a huge piece of financial security. And I don't know about any of you all, but it's been the very first time since I was 11 years old working that I can take a breath and be able to understand, if you're not in fight or flight working nonstop, you don't even know why you're alive. You're just working. You're just trying to get to the next thing. And so to remineralize your gut, to be able to have the cleanest food, and then the opportunity to build businesses for not just myself, but for other people. And before Purium, I was going to the store, bringing people shopping, doing all these things so that they could be healthy. And now we have a vehicle that's fully locked and loaded, 100%. You can come in, you actually even get a free business. And a lot of times things that are free, people don't take full engagement with because there isn't this deep respect. But once you all know what this company is about, that this food is about the farming, and then being able to have this food be delivered to your doorstep in compostable packaging, mind-blowing. So that's a bit of my, passion, and the knowingness that everyone deserves this. And we have something at our fingertips that is unlike anything else out there. There's no other owners of a business that has ever set up something this great to have this much financial security to come in. No yoga teachers, no nothing. No other company on this planet. And if any of you run into the words of like, I don't really like network marketing, or it's an MLM, it's like, you know what? That's just really non-educated information, and that's okay. But please let me educate you in what I'm actually inviting you into, because there's no issue with MLM issues. It's a company that we get to really own as our own, and then take it and run with it. David Sandoval and Amy Venner and all the others that have made this happen are pure angels on this planet. And so I am so excited that whoever introduced you to this call, get back to them, because you're about to have the most incredible experience of your life in self-care, self-love, and then you get to offer this type of lifestyle to yourself so much that you don't ever have to feel that you're selling something to people. You're actually inviting them into possibly something that's probably going to save the planet, our lives, and future generations' lives. Because if we don't take a step in this direction towards this company, you're not going to have any food pretty soon. We only have about 30 more harvests under our belt with the way that agriculture is working right now. If everything went to 20%, if everything went organic right now, we would only have 20% of food. So we have a big job on our hands, and everybody needs to share this. Our lives depend on it, because it does. So I thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. That was lovely to hear from everyone, and hearing everyone's transformation stories and how they got to where they are right now. I think that this is just, I haven't really expressed how I have been on my journey, even though it's been like less than 6 months for me. Not even 10 days in, I noticed my transformation happen, and it's every day there's always something coming to the surface with it. So I'm excited for the future to see how I can level up even more every day. And I'm just super grateful for everyone who shared today, and for everyone who came and gave their time and energy to us today. If there's any questions below, let us know in the chat below, and we will like to answer any questions for you guys. or if anyone has anything else to say. If not, all right. All right, well then, I think if anyone has any questions or if they want a gift card code, we can definitely send you our gift card codes. Just message the person who reached out to you, and we would love to share that with you. And we'll have plenty more calls too if you want to get more information, if you want to join the community and connect with any of us. Don't hesitate to reach out to any of us on social media or in our groups. And I would love to connect with any of you guys, and I'm sure anyone in the community would like to as well. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. And if, like I said, anything, don't be shy to reach out to any of us.
I welcome love.